What's up, guys? Welcome back to Randy's Dry Fire 101. Last time we went over placement of the gun against your belly button. So this time we're gonna go over trigger prep. First things first, you wanna make sure you put a lip pillow in for maximum focus and performance, all right? Next, you wanna make sure your gun is safe, okay? So we're dry firing, so we don't want any live rounds in the magazine. No rounds in the chamber, okay? Everything's nice and safe. All right, so what I wanna talk about is prepping the trigger so that right when your sights are acceptable, you can send your round. And here's what I'm talking about. When you're executing your draw, you're already getting your finger on the trigger and you're pulling the trigger to the wall, so that way once your sights are acceptable, you can send that round. This is opposed to maybe keeping your finger completely out of the trigger guard, and then once your sights are on target, you know, now you're slapping the trigger because you're trying to get it done real fast because you're excited because there's a target in front of you, and now you're sending the round God knows where. Or maybe you have your finger in the trigger guard or even resting on the trigger, but you're not prepping it, you're not pulling the trigger to the wall, and so now once you get there, you're going real slow and prepping your trigger, and now it takes forever to send that round, right? It takes, 1 second longer, but that's a long time in a gunfight or in training or competition, okay? So, hey, I can start prepping my trigger right when I'm drawing the gun, right when I can get my finger on it, because right when I can get my finger on that trigger and it's out of the holster, it's already in a safe direction. So if I over prep the trigger and I send it right here, okay, it's an accidental discharge, it's not a negligent discharge, very important distinction. So it's not unsafe because the round is going in front of me. It's just that I sent the round a little bit too soon, okay? Not a huge deal, and it's gonna happen when you're learning your gun and learning your trigger and you're trying to go fast. All right, so you're gonna pull the gun out, you're gonna start prepping that trigger right when your sights are acceptable, whether that means, it's the dot on target or maybe it's the top of the optic, depending on how close your target is and how acceptable that sight picture is, you're already ready to send that round. So, maybe I'm already shooting right here because the top of my optic is on the target, and then as I'm sending more rounds, I can evolve into my dot to where I'm getting a more, perfect sight picture, all right? But just play around with it. So like I said, as you're doing this, you're gonna over prep and you're gonna start sending rounds too soon and missing shots, okay? But as you get more used to your trigger and you learn it better, you'll be able to get your trigger prepped and ready to go. So that way, once your sights are acceptable, you can send that round.